The tragic drowning death of a missing 9-year-old autistic child in July of 2005 shed light on the issue of missing persons with disabilities in Frederick County. As news of the incident spread, it was brought to the attention of the Frederick County Sheriff's Office that there was a program that could prevent such tragedies in the future. That program was Project Lifesaver.
Project Lifesaver is an international program that utilizes equipment to locate lost people when they have intellectual disabilities. So we have currently 17 certified Project Lifesaver operators that are sworn Frederick County Sheriff's Office deputies, and we have 8 Project Lifesaver certified operating volunteers. So if we have a call to the 911 center from a subject who is on the Project Lifesaver list, then that is dispatched as an emergency call. They're considered critical missing, because if they weren't found, then something tragic could befall them. We would dispatch deputies with a mobile antenna mounted on their vehicle. They would drive to the area where the person was last seen, and if they picked up a signal, at that point they would stop. They would get the handheld locator out of their vehicle, turn it on, and then scan the area for the missing signal.
In addition to the locating equipment, the search team is also dispatched with vital information about the Project Lifesaver participant.
That folder contains a photograph of the person that we're looking for. It contains their address, and it contains the things that they like to do and things that they like, so that'll help us in locating them. For instance, if one of them said that they like the playground, that not only would be a place that we would want to start looking for them at, but it also gives us something to talk about when we find them. Say, hey, Johnny, when you get home, maybe your mom will let you go to the playground, and that might elicit some cooperation from that subject.
Families play an active role in the program as well by ensuring that each transmitter is properly maintained.
The family is required to check the client's transmitter daily. If it turns up that the battery is dead or there's a problem with the transmitter, they're to contact us immediately. But then there's also the monthly battery changes, so we ask that the families come in. It's typically the first Saturday and first Thursday of every month. They're required to come in one of those 2 days to have the battery changed and the equipment checked.
While Project Lifesaver International has completed over 2,000 searches with a 100% recovery rate, local operators warn that it is not a primary form of protection.
We recommend that families take safeguards first and foremost within their homes, certainly alarms on their doors and windows, some supervision with people covering while you have to run errands or just do things that need to be done. But should one of those safeguards fail, and a client is able to get away, then this is a secondary way of locating the client and hopefully keeping them safe.
The program does have some eligibility requirements, but funding is perhaps the biggest factor in determining who is accepted into the program.
So most of the funding for the Project Lifesaver program here at the Frederick County Sheriff's Office is funded by private contributions, private citizens, private organizations. That's how we purchase the transmitters. The Sheriff's Office does do some funding for some of the devices, but in large, it's private donations that fund the program.
We pick participants based on need, so certainly if you have a loved one who's a runner and has been involved with law enforcement, they typically go to the top. And then somebody who may be lower functioning or unable to communicate their needs or their desires, they're placed in the program.
While Project Lifesaver's main purpose is to keep those individuals with disabilities in our community safe, it does much more.
Well, this is a pretty big community outreach program, and it actually puts us in law enforcement in touch with those with intellectual disabilities, and it kind of helps to bridge the gap between our communities. Because of the program, we have constant contact with a whole lot of those individuals that we wouldn't have contact with without the program, and that puts us in touch with their friends, their families, and all these other groups.
To find out how to become a Project Lifesaver participant or how you can get involved through volunteering or donating, contact Deputy Dan McDowell or Shauna Capitosto.